Hello and welcome to the Inbetween podcast. We are live and we are anime. If you're looking at the screen right now, you'll see that we were looking up the Inbetween podcast on Google, and we saw that we were on some anime website.
Red
I took
Anime.
a picture of it, and I was like, why are all our videos on this random anime website? Because I clicked on it, and if you look at the other videos, they're all just anime as well.
Why are we anime then? We must be confirmed anime. Not all of these are our videos though.
This one's not. The Large Cast 2.0. Maybe they put podcasts on. Who knows? We used to be on a website called VidMe before that.
Yeah.
Got destroyed.
Like,
We started posting videos on Vimeo as well, because our original YouTube videos, like the very first podcast, they kept getting copyright issues, didn't they, or something? Our channel was getting hit for some reason. We don't know why.
we'll never know.
No. We'll move on to games we've been playing this week. So this week I've been playing the Blackout Trial. I took a screenshot of the loading screen because it really wanted to remind me that I was on the trial, and the tip was, buy the game, you cheap fuck. That was the tip.
Upgrade to the phone.
That was the whole tip. It was like, well, you're playing the free weekend, just get the game. I still think maybe it's a bit too expensive.
How much is it?
I think it's still like 40 quid just for
the Blackout.
And I don't think you get zombies either.
No, if they put like Blackout and zombies, I think that'd be like a far better deal. But I'm not really sure. I don't know, but you're saying earlier you were saying this is better than PUBG.
It's like a polished PUBG.
Okay. It's very similar to PUBG,
how I would describe it. Yeah.
Look at those animations, Jim.
How to play. I think exclusively on Battle.net. How do I purchase it?
The pre-purchase. Well,
It needs me to verify my.
Why do you actually go? You input your actual.
I'm so used to putting my actual age in. It's quicker.
I only put my year in. I just leave it.
So the standard edition is 50 quid, and then just Battle Royale is 35.
Zombies not included. Like they actually specify that.
Yeah. So it's just the Blackout, the Battle Royale, and the normal Call of Duty multiplayer.
That's £35. That's not so bad.
Is there a single player campaign in this
No.
game? So you're literally paying 15 quid for zombies, I think?
Yeah.
The zombies is like one of the good features of...
Zombies are actually apparently still really good.
I'd rather have zombies than the normal multiplayer,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Not everyone likes like the wave-based stuff.
But I thought I'd talk about this quickly, because I said in the previous podcast I would try the trial. I then forgot about it until like the last couple of days, but I did actually manage to install it. It was like 80 gigabytes or something. So
Just for the trial?
huge.
Or was it like the full game like locked off? Or...
It was probably the full game locked off because it was just Blackout. I had to download 80 gigabytes. So I'm guessing
it's easier for development to do that.
I'm guessing they were like, people will download it, right?
Buy it and they can instantly
and then
play
they
it.
buy it and they can just instantly play the full version.
So it's probably just getting into servers to say that they're just the trial version.
And I got the special trial version loading screen to remind me
buy it.
I had to buy the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was pretty fun. Out of all the Battle Royale games I played, my favourite would have to be Fortnite and Realm Royale so far.
Just not right now with the zombies.
Realm Royale's pretty dead. Nobody plays that game. I think the servers are like super low. Nobody's on them anymore.
Is Fortnite still broken with the zombies?
No, they removed zombies.
Okay.
So I'm actually playing it again. I like Fortnite. They vaulted a bunch of weapons. Especially, they got rid of the standard SMG and they replaced it with the silenced SMG, which does less damage and is less quick, I think, or does less damage per hit, but it's a lot more accurate and it can have first shot accuracy, which is how Fortnite plays around Bloom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played PUBG once at Christmas.
Why is there a 4?
A random number, I guess.
A lock and a 4. Is that a lot?
There's a
There's 3 and a 2.
There's 9,
actually.
3, 2, 3, 6.
Okay.
It's probably
Why?
It's probably just like, hey, this is a secret code. If you type this code into callofduty.com, you get a free Mountain Dew. So write that code down.
In-game Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
If you write this down, your character will get the new dabbing and Mountain Dew emote.
Okay.
You'll do a dab and then you'll drink a Mountain Dew.
Or you drink and do a dab at the same time.
Yeah. Fortnite's just spoiled me for dabbing emotes because now all I want is just more dabbing. I'm a dabber.
To be fair, we could make like an emote like API for like all games ever, and then come on Epic, you can do that for us. Make us an API.
Yep.
Every game can interface with it.
So we'll move on. You remember when I made a list of all the games that were going to be good and the games that were going to be bad? And we had, what did I have for good? So I said Winning Putt was one of them, which is a golf MMO. I've said No Man's Sky. I didn't think was going to be that. You said everybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you said it would be alright, but it won't be what people think it's going to be, which you were correct on.
And then my minus list is I said Minecraft was shit when I played it in alpha. No one's going to play this. I had the beta for Rocket League, and I thought it wasn't even worth playing. So I was wrong about Rocket League because that was a smash hit. But yeah, I took a gamble on the golf MMO, and unfortunately, really recently, as of the 14th of December 2018, Winning Putt has officially come to an end. So can we get an F for Winning Putt? I'm going to put an F in the chat.
I think that's a confirmed failure on your part as well. Like, it has no chance of coming back.
It was my fault, yeah. I destroyed Winning Putt because I didn't do enough to help it grow. If I'd give Winning Putt the regular shout out,
if we had a podium and we shouted it on stream, we could have pushed it to greatness.
We just got announced the new sponsor, Winning Putt 2, coming to stores near you. The revival.
Just give us some money on Kickstarter.
If there's any big devs out there that want to buy the rights to Winning Putt and revive it for some reason,
don't call us because we don't own the rights, but call the Winning Putt dev team.
Imagine if just World of Warcraft bought this and they just added golf to World of Warcraft or something.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for
you want to move on?
No, I was gonna say that I played a little bit of Metroid Trials Online. Not too much though. I had to start a new character, but I was playing my Scorn Retorts.
Yes. You don't know? We have our friend Michael,
Jeff,
who made a YouTube account called Scorn Retorts, which I think his profile picture is a picture of my eye, and then he just uploads my videos to his channel or something.
No, he's uploaded he's actually when we did our failed he played a game and we shitpost on it.
Michael's mystery game.
Yeah, he actually uploaded it to that, I think, and then we were given the link.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you've seen Michael's mystery game, but
I still think there's good in it, but I think we need to change the format entirely.
The thing was with Michael's mystery game, we had to guess the name of the game, and he pauses the game in the recording, and we see the menu. And I'm like, oh, it's Toki Tori.
Is it Toki Toki?
Ah, yes, that's correct. We got it. Very nice.
Because the idea is we wouldn't have no idea what the game would just go. Oh, is it Dark something or whatever? Because it was a Dark thing. But yeah, same guy. I was playing with him, and it's I think I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, but I think there's a fishing mini game. We're still waiting for the fishing mini game in Guild Wars 2. I was watching someone streaming Cat Goes Fishing, and that game looks so fun. I haven't played it yet.
You have Cat Goes Fishing. I think you and Michael both have it.
Michael's played it,
but it's it's £5. I'll wait.
I bought it because Michael said it was really good.
It's I've seen someone streaming, and it's legit a lot of strategy in it.
Yeah.
To actually
I really want the fishing VR game. We can catch exploding fish.
Dude, there's tons of fishing VR games.
The one we can catch exploding fish, you have to throw it back. Okay. Specifically that at trailer.
We're moving on. There's quick topics first because there's a lot to get through. So Farming Simulator is getting a esports league with a €250,000 prize pool. So I don't know how the hell this is going to work, but apparently it will feature 10 events, including 3v3 competitions and a new game mode. And I was like, well,
I'm in.
I'm going esports pro in Farming Simulator 2019.
Thanks, Grande. You found the good ones.
Please link the article. So we got.
To be fair, I would watch this as a meme.
Farming Simulator Championship. We can watch this quickly.
Ooh.
So they have to drive around.
Look
and they
at
have to pick up some wood blocks and then take them back.
6 out of 20. This is the heat of the midway.
They got 6 out of 20 and they're 2 minutes in. Look at this. Now this is esports. This is esports.
FarmCon. Oh, look at that. Dude, that's pro.
We joked about a professional Peggle tournament.
Yeah,
they're real.
They actually?
You put a picture of one when you used to edit the podcast with pictures.
Did I actually?
I was talking about Peggle Pro Esports, right?
Yeah.
And you actually said this is a real thing, and you edited the picture of an actual event.
Yes, I remember that. Because I just searched Peggle and went, wait, Peggle Esports.
There's pretty much esports for everything.
Yeah.
These days. But
I was not expecting Peg.
I always find it hilarious when there's just random games where you just wouldn't expect people to put that much time into them to be that competitive.
Look at
I'm
this.
just like,
Joe, look at this. 13 out of
Well,
20 already.
I'm gonna be looking out for FarmCon 2019.
Can we watch until 20 out of 20?
I'll skip. I'll skip because we can't watch this the whole time. Okay, I've skipped the other team. I've skipped their team. Can we go
I wonder
back?
how it starts though, so we can like see how it ends and see how it starts.
They got to walk to their tractors
Oh
first.
shit! This is epic.
Now this is Epic Games.
Now this is esports. Simulate.
Okay, well, that's just if you want to see the whole video, please check out Farming Simulator Championship Live. I'll be heavily waiting to go and watch FarmCon 2019.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for the agriculture that comes with that. Next piece of quick news: the Wii shop has closed. It has closed now. It closed down January 30th, 2019. So it was a couple of days ago from we're recording live. So you can no longer use the Wii shop on the original Wii.
I have some other things that have closed in January as well, which is VoIP, I guess.
VoIP.
It's not really
yeah,
VoIP,
they
yeah.
had like they bought Curse,
Yep.
and then they tried to make like their own Discord client kind of thing, and it didn't do too well.
Well, they already had like the chat things in it, but then it's now dead.
Because Curse had Curse Voice before.
Yeah. Well, it was still a thing. It was like Twitch voice technically. It was just integrated into.
I still use the Twitch app because you get like the free games and use it for mods.
Yeah.
Because Curse was like.
But
a
the
big
thing is,
modding
it said
thing.
it was going to be in February. It would be closed down. But me and Michael were using it the 1st of February, so we were using it when it wasn't on. Apparently.
Unofficially.
Yeah.
Off the books.
I guess.
Because we were talking about the Wii shop in an early episode because I said, how have they just taken Netflix off the original Wii, but it's not available on the Switch? How is it 2019 and you can watch Netflix on the Wii, but you can't watch it on the Switch? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you can't anymore because they removed it. And also the Wii shop is dead. But I just think they really need to up kind of the apps they have on the Switch to make it more of a feature.
Yeah, they need to actually get people to do online. They should stop hiring people that aren't gamers. Because that's one of their favorite pastimes. Apparently,
that's the funniest thing. Is like they always say we don't want to hire gamers. It's like, well, you wouldn't hire someone to be a brain surgeon that isn't a brain surgeon. Well, he's taken apart a combine harvester before. So
yeah, we can trust him on that. He gives new ideas.
He put a bit of oil in it, and it didn't look too tricky.
Common houses are probably kind of complicated, to be fair.
To be fair, probably.
But not as complicated as a brain.
The only way you can find out is by going to FarmCon 2019.
Yes.
So
We get sponsored by them.
Yeah, that would be the dream. Metroid 4, I don't know if you see this, but they've completely scrapped the development of Metroid Prime 4 for the Nintendo Switch. They released a video and they said, basically, we're not happy with the development quality of the game or the team, and we're gonna just start the whole thing from scratch.
They've re-got the guys that did the first three to help with to lead the fourth one now.
So I think this isn't what Metroid fans were hoping for, but
I
think it's positive overall that they weren't going to just release a shit game no matter what just to get it out in a certain time frame.
And they told us what was going on.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I think this transparency from Nintendo is a good idea.
If you go to the actual YouTube, don't they have lots of upvotes as well? It's quite positive.
I can have a look.
This is the video
I'm still scared of showing Nintendo videos on stream.
Yeah, 122,000 likes to 4,000 dislikes.
That's pretty good.
So just
comments are disabled.
Yeah,
so
it's a third party thing.
Okay. But yeah, I thought that was cool. That would be a nice little exclusive for Switch, wouldn't it? A new Metroid game.
Yeah.
There's lots of Nintendo fans who are big fans of the.
I think they want a good game more than Metroid. A quick game, though.
I love watching the Metroid run at SGDQ. The game's done quick. It's like one of the big races at the end, because throughout the entire event they have donations for charity. One of the donations incentives is you can have either at the end you can either kill the animals by just getting in the ship and flying away, or you can go to the zoo on the spaceship and save the animals.
Right.
Saving the animals, it uses 2 frames at the end. And so when you fly from the ship, you save 2 frames. People say kill the animals or save the frames.
Okay.
So people like it's like a donation incentive for the run for
Okay.
people to
So
make a different
exciting choices.
But yeah, that's my experience with Metroid. I've never played Metroid at all.
Yeah, well, this is Metroid Prime series. There's like other Metroid games as well, which I'm not sure about. But I'm the most interested with Metroid, but I've never played it.
Yeah, so it's well, I've played so many Metroidvania games that I feel like I should have some idea what Metroid was about.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know.
And I've kind of played that weird Castlevania game with Patrick Stewart commentating over
Oh,
the like hack and slash one.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that, like the existence of that game. The second game's shit, but the first game.
I don't remember what it's called even. Just look up Patrick Stewart Castlevania and you'll find it.
Lords of Shadow or something.
Next, Subnautica Below Zero came out onto early access. It's £15, and I also can't control the volume of this because it's embedded.
We're going live.
So it's just a short cinematic trailer, but basically I thought it was going to be like DLC, but pretty much it's like a whole new game because you start afresh in a different world. There's brand new like penguin aliens. There's whole new fish, a whole new environment. I didn't see the cold aspect playing too much from the live stream I saw of it. I'm wondering if they want to do more, because I feel like if you went in and you were just like it's freezing. Like an extra little thing you have to keep track of, right? They didn't want to be like, okay, you have to keep track of food, hydration, oxygen, and now cold.
There might just be like weather systems you have to manage, maybe.
But maybe later on, if you get too deep, you might have to do it. So I think is this the new character? Maybe.
I'm guessing.
I think you were maybe a male character in the first game.
Yeah, I think you were.
But I think in the second game you're a female character, and there's more to do with the alien cube things from the first game.
Yeah, I still love the creature designs though. They're so good.
I think right now there's quite a bit of this thing is going to scare the fuck out of me no matter what. But I think at the moment there's quite a bit of content. I think it's released with like maybe 10 hours or something like that. But I think pretty much I'm just going to wait until it's like 1.0 Subnautica.
Yeah. Because
I think there's definitely a lot more content to go, right? I think
you don't want to like ruin that.
Somebody said that they played Subnautica, the original one, in early stages and they didn't enjoy it that much. But then when it came out, then they really enjoyed it. So, and Subnautica is like one of the successes of early access on Steam, right? Like it's one of the big successes. So, I think.
I think it's like I sat up there with like Prison Architect and
Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, there's been on
Slay the Spire.
I guess people know about Slay the Spire. Yeah,
Slay the Spire is a really popular game.
Yeah, so like 4 big names and like this. Subnautica is definitely one of them.
Anyway, move on to our China news. The Chinese owner is considering selling all or part of Jagex. So if you don't know, they are Chinese overlords. Their name is so funny. Fukong Interactive. It's fucking interactive, mate.
Didn't the CEO have like a stupid name as well?
I don't know. I didn't see it. So the Chinese parent company of Jagex is contemplating selling the RuneScape dev 3 years after Fukong Interactive bought Jagex and is restructuring Chinese company after the chairman stepped down in December of 2018. There's a lot of like turmoil going on in China with games right now.
Yeah.
With like Tencent is getting like games blocked. There's like tons of censorship on games in China right now. But it's really impacting a lot of, because there's a lot of Chinese companies like Netscape, for example. They just invested in Ben Brode's new company, Second Dinner.
Yeah.
And they're now working on a Marvel game. Netscape is making the new Diablo Immortal game. Don't you guys have phones? So there's like loads of Chinese investment because they're a huge market and they have lots of money. But they also have massive censorship.
Yeah, they're willing to smash the cash, but sometimes it doesn't work out because of government policy.
So Jagex put a statement on Reddit saying the chairman of the board of directors for the parent company of Jagex, Fukong Interactive, resigned, citing personal reason. A new chairman was elected. The new chairman is making company-wide changes, which include, as discussed, the plan to sell off partial or entire shares of Jagex. So a sale of assets is one of the multiple routes restructure in our initial statement to the market can now begin exploring old options. It won't change how you play in RuneScape or old school. So they're saying that they want to keep, even with this selling to another parent company, they still want to keep old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3 the same as it is. So from the development side, it seems like they're going to try and keep RuneScape the same as it is.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
This is an official.
Mm-hmm. But I thought that was interesting news. And I love talking about China, because Tony's banned in China because he's Skeleton's classic Stoney.
And we love RuneScape.
True.
Second best game ever made.
Oh, so Anthem had the worst fucking launch ever. So Bioware's actually apologized for the infinite loading screens that Anthem has. I'm still not interested in Anthem.
No, it still
even when it came out, I was like, oh, it's kind of like Destiny, right?
Yeah.
I think it's forever going to get compared to Destiny, right?
It's so like Destiny, though. It legitimately.
Do you remember when Battleborn came out and everyone's like, "Oh, it's like Overwatch," and it came out and it's like, "This isn't like Overwatch. This is like a MOBA," but everyone's comparing it to Overwatch, so fuck it,
This one legitimately looks a lot and plays a lot like Destiny, though. So I think these are more. Jim Stein said he preferred the gunplay mechanics from Destiny than Anthem as well, which doesn't really bode well.
I played the Destiny beta. And I didn't the Destiny 2 beta, and I didn't like it that much.
No,
I found
these games aren't ready for me either.
So I always find that these gun-based RPGs, right, like your Destinies, your the Division.
They're kind of like MMOs as well. Is the problem?
But the thing is,
they're straddling the line between the two.
When you get someone, you shoot with a gun, and they don't die, it just makes all the guns just feel bullet spongy. You're just emptying clips into enemies and nothing.
There is an answer for this, which I can't remember what the game was called now, but it flopped. But I thought it had a good idea. But where if you have a big enemy, you can shoot pieces off of it. I think it was Binary Domain had this.
Because I think the best game that's done this is probably Borderlands.
Yeah,
Borderlands is an FPS.
That feels really satisfying.
RPG.
But you feel like you're doing stuff because things pop and explode on it.
Yeah, you don't feel. It doesn't feel bullet spongy. The feel of a game can be more important sometimes than the actual mechanics. If you
have bullet spongy enemies, don't make it so. Well, if you want an enemy that lasts a while, don't make it just one health pool. Make it it's multiple sections you can hit. Otherwise, it feels awful.
But apparently there was huge performance hitches. There was lack.
The network stuff was shit.
PC settings. I'm going to make a bold statement. I think if Anthem flops, I think BioWare's going in the graveyard.
Yeah, I think BioWare's
because they've already got rid of Visceral after Dead Space 3 flopped.
I will claim now that BioWare's already dead. I'm going to claim BioWare's a husk of what it is, and it's just its namesake.
We've just seen a massive disappointment with Mass Effect Andromeda.
To be fair,
people weren't happy with Mass Effect 3 either.
To be fair, Andromeda was made by a secondary studio because the main studio is working on Anthem.
So they're already dividing up their resources.
Yeah. And many of the people in charge of things like Mass Effect and Knights of the Republic already have left.
Because we've already seen Visceral.
Visceral died, yeah.
But
Dead Space people.
What was I going to say? They were working on a Star Wars game. We talked about that, and then they've cancelled that now.
Yeah.
Because it was meant to be a massive open world one where you played as a smuggler. And they've already canned that.
Because Visceral was working on an open world Star Wars game. They then moved it over to the Titanfall people.
Yeah.
Then they've been scrapped, and then it's now being redone to a smaller scoped game. Even though they had a really cool idea for they wanted to show a smuggler or an outcast sort of storyline.
That sounded really cool.
Yeah, on on a planet we've never really seen properly. And now they're I think EA's stance now is we can't ship a game without big characters from the movies.
They're taking the Disney approach of
we
can't make a Star Wars film unless we throw Han Solo in it. We've got to throw Darth Vader in it. And it's Solo wasn't a good film because Han Solo was in it. Solo was a good film because you didn't shove everything down my fucking throat.
Until Darth Maul. Spoilers.
Darth Maul's at the end. Spoiler alert. But
it doesn't really ruin anything.
Who fucking cares?
He shouldn't be in it. It doesn't add anything to the story. But the point is, a Star Wars universe story works without the big characters.
Yeah.
And stop trying to shove in the big characters. We don't need them. They should just be there in the background or mentioned. At the very most.
So we've got some more EA news. EA surrendered in Belgium. They've removed the loot box is from FIFA Ultimate. I think are they like sticker packs? Is that how they work in the?
Well, sort of, but they're actually players that you can put onto the field.
But
yeah, they look like sticker packs.
Because loads of game companies have different names for like loot boxes. So Overwatch has loot boxes. TF2 had crates. I think CS:GO has crates as well. Some have sticker packs. Some have capsules. That sort of stuff.
It's still loot boxes. Though.
Basically, they're all loot boxes. But pretty much, EA was like, "We're going to fight Belgium. We don't agree with their interpretation." They literally said,
interpretation.
They said we don't agree with their interpretation of the law.
The law.
We're going to abide by this law, but we don't agree with it. So they're pretty much just saying, "Oh, we legally have to do this because what we're doing is gambling, but fuck you, Belgium."
Yeah. Fuck you, EA.
So they're not going to fight Belgium over these loot boxes. I assume they probably looked into it and they thought the legality of fighting an entire country.
They probably were fighting and they kind of probably got shut down by... Or they were getting talked down by like the courts and things, like, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, it's gambling in Belgium.
But we see this is kind of more like a knock-on effect from all of the gambling.
Well, it's knock-on effect directly from Battlefront 2. So EA fucked themselves.
Well, speaking of Battlefront 2, Tony, Count
Main
Dooku
news.
is coming. I think he's out now. In Battlefront 2, we recently had Grievous. Yeah, so he spelled Dooku. We had Grievous added, and we had Obi-Wan. So we had a light side and a dark side character, and now we have dark side, Dooku, and I think Anakin. I don't know if he's going to be light side or dark side.
Both.
The jury's out on that one, actually.
Well, he's fascist either way.
Can we get young Anakin, where he's just pod races around? That would be pretty good.
Pod racing Anakin.
Pod racing Anakin.
Wow, he's like super. Anything he gets into is like super powered. That'd be great.
But I think Genosis,
the planet,
the Clone Wars map, is getting added to more game modes. So you're going to be able to play heroes versus villains. So this is you all get to play as heroes. So you play as like Grievous that against like Obi-Wan and that sort of stuff. So it's just heroes versus heroes.
I it's like saying the backstory of Count Dooku here.
I'm so disappointed that because all the skins have variations. So when they released Solo, they made like the Childish Gambino, the Donald Glover skin for Lando.
Yeah.
So you could have like young Lando, young Solo. I was like, why the Emperor doesn't have a Emperor Palpatine skin? No, I was so disappointed. I wanted to go around and go, it's something dark. Do it. Have I ever told you the tragedy of Darth? I always forget. Is it Plagueis the Wise?
Yeah. Or Plagius, however he pronounces it.
Darth Plagiarisus the Wise. He stole all his books from Amazon Kindle.
He was sued massively.
But yeah, Dooku, Dark Side Hero, and Genosis on more maps.
I actually love Genosis. Like, I know it's like kind of like a meme.
It's a really good map on Battlefront 2.
It looks really cool. And then so's Naboo.
Yeah. I kind of miss... You remember on the original Battlefront 2, if you waited in the title screen, you could play on the Gungan versus droids.
Yeah. I wish they could do Gungans versus like the Empire.
There's not a lot of droids in Battlefront 2 maps as well. So this is another droid versus good clones map. There's not a lot of those in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anno 1800, as the cool kids call it, has a new release date.
You're drunk.
Ubisoft has had a short delay, so it's been moved from February to April. And I think there's a beta out now. I saw somebody streaming it. I don't know anything about Anno 1800. Is that how you say
it? It's just 1800, yeah. Okay. It's the year.
But do you want to talk about this? I don't know. I
don't know much about the new Anno game, but it's just a city builder game, all about like logistics and like getting like resources and converting it to different resources. With like...
It's like a city builder / RTS in a way.
Yeah, in some sense, because you have to like move the one I played the most was 2070. You move ships around, but I think you can get like just across like road networks as well.
Oh, here we go.
It's not quite as like heavy as like TTD.
The Anno closed beta started January 31st.
Ooh.
So that was a couple of days ago.
Well, something else was like Oh no, okay, don't worry. I've got like Space Engineers news, but no one cares about that.
Duh.
There's like a survival update coming out.
There's a survival update for Space Engineers. So
They're adding more stuff.
The 7 people who play Space Engineers.
You've got had more than Artifact, I think you'll find, Joe.
Artifact's a dead game. Doesn't mean anything.
No, I think it's like it's in the top 60 now, I think. Space Engineers. I know kind of on Steam actually.
Oh, Michael's in the chat.
Yeah,
Hello,
he is.
Michael.
Fishing.
Is
confirm fishing minigame in Elder Scrolls Online. Okay.
Oh, good. You got any legal view bots in the chat? That's what you call when you want a legal view bot is when you get someone to turn on your screen in the background, turn on your stream in the background, or like you get like a really boring streamer and then all the people fall asleep and then you host someone else with all those asleep people. Those are legal view bots.
Those are view bots.
Yeah.
Those are actual people.
The non-illegal ones.
Yeah. There's illegal ones and legal.
Oh, this news is quite interesting. PUBG Lite is a free low-spec version of PUBG that's now in beta. So, PUBG Lite is going to be a separate low-spec version of PUBG, and it's going to have its own dev team that's going to work specifically on it, and it's going to be free to play.
Why do they spell light like that though?
Because they like roguelites, not roguelites. You want them to have a.
Yeah, but why isn't it like GH? As in like light. Like
I
you don't normally say something's like that in like normal sentences. It's only like for games for some reason. I don't understand. Or like applications have it as well.
But the minimum system requirements for PUBG Lite will be Windows 7, 8, or 10, a Core i3, so that's going to be able to run a lot better on lower systems, 4 gigabytes of RAM, Intel HD graphics 4000, so
pretty low,
and 4 gigabytes of
recommended GTX 660, which is pretty low as well. So
I used to have a 660.
Yeah,
I had SLI 660s as well before I upgraded to the 970, but they pretty much SLI's dead pretty much.
It might be coming back soon, but at the time you're using it, they were dead. So
yeah. But anyway, this actually is pretty interesting to me because I'm like, I could potentially play a PUBG Lite because it would actually run better and it'd be free to play, so I could get other people to play it, like Dave, who's been sat in the background the whole time.
Hi, you guys.
I thought it'd be funny not to mention him because he kind of looks like a statue when he lies very still.
Mike just says don't panic as well.
I wasn't panicking. So.
Well, that's because he has a t-shirt.
Are you going to play PUBG Lite, Wave? No. No, he's not. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I think this is
Michael's given us a beat boop. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. He's real bot. Legal bot.
So Valve has added... they've added Proton support for non-Steam games. So Proton's like a Linux... It's like a Linux third-party thing.
Oh, okay.
So which leads to people doing stuff like playing Mario Kart 8 on Linux through Steam Play. I had a video of it. You can look it up if you just type Mario Kart 8 Linux.
We don't want to...
But I didn't want to show it on stream because emulation and Nintendo seems like a bad idea to put on a YouTube video because that's asking for a copyright strike.
Yeah. Even though it's not they misuse that, but yeah.
But this is like a cool thing for Linux as an operating system.
I mean,
apparently, VR headsets just overtook the amount of users on Steam of Linux users on Steam. So there's more people who use VR headsets on Steam than there is that use Linux.
Interesting.
So kind of cool.
Interesting.
All my tabs have suspended, Tony. Like you said they would. I don't want to save that web page.
Yeah, you just need to click it.
Oh, okay. So I went on I went on IGN earlier because I couldn't find anyone else talking about it, and I just blocked everything because I was like, "This is so overcrowded with ads, and videos and shit that I don't want." So I just tried to clean it up by just ad blocking all the elements I didn't want. But pretty much, Sony filed a patent. It hasn't been approved yet, but they filed it. It would be a new system of backwards compatibility for a new system. People assume it's the PS5.
Even if the patent doesn't go through, it's very likely they have this technology being worked on.
So the new PlayStation system would go all the way back to the PS4, the PS3, the PS2, and the PSX. So potentially you could play all of your PlayStation games on one system.
Or at least that's what they've got planned.
Yeah.
They might not actually follow through.
They're just filing the patent so that nobody else can do this. The patent was filed in Japan because Sony's a Japanese company, but they seem to be doing more things American ways because they have big American.
But Japan is very Americanized, so
I don't know about that. So I don't know Donkey Kongu personally, so I can't ask him.
No, let's not get into World War II, but let's just say that their government got restructured to emulate.
But the thing
America.
that was really cool was if the CPU was faster than the system, like a modern system would be, it could like trick the system into thinking it had to work with the new hardware. So it'd be like emulation.
Well, they could get like better emulation because they know what they're working with as well, because they know like the ins and outs of the old tech.
So it would spoof the system
Yeah.
ID to make it run on the newer system.
Yeah.
They haven't said if this is going to be like a Nintendo store where you buy all the old games, or if you could get this running on disc. So you could put a PS2 disc in, and then you could play like Ratchet and Clank on your PS5.
Have to get the readers to, but maybe they'll do that.
Because the big problem with having like a PS2 game on a modern system is the Blu-ray drive can't read it.
Yeah. I assume it would just be like in their backlog, and maybe I don't know. Maybe if you have the game, you could prove it or something. But I thought
it was a cool idea. I usually don't talk about rumors and stuff and speculation too much unless I think it's a good source.
Unless they've got a patent.
Or have you got a patent? As they say on Dragon's Den.
You got a patent for that?
Yeah, I'll give you 5% if you got a patent.
That's Duncan Banner
they got the patent for it.
That's us with the Duncan Banner timer imitation.
Also, Sony's CFO has made a statement saying cloud gaming isn't an immediate threat to consoles. He says cross-platform free-to-play games are the real threat. So he's talking about things like Fortnite, which they were dragging their heels down saying, we don't want to support cross-platform play on Xbox.
Why is cross-platform? That's so stupid. Just put everything cross-platform.
Well, they think like if you can play cross-platform...
Oh, then go and buy a...
They'll go and buy an Xbox if they can play with their friends on PS4.
Why? They've already got a PS4. Probably the opposite is true. If you can't play with your friends, you're going to buy an Xbox.
No, I thought it was
They're so dumb.
Statement.
If you can choose either one, they're going to choose the better one. Currently, the PS4 is the better one, and you can play with your friends. Why would you not choose the PS4?
PS4s are sold really well as well.
I know.
The PlayStation 4 surpassed 91.6 million sold.
Yeah, it's just such a
5 years after it came out.
It's just such backward logic, in my opinion.
I think we're getting to a point, because the PS4 Pro was obviously like a band-aid. Yeah. I think we're getting to a point in the next couple of years where we'll have a PS5 and an Xbox.
Oh,
what do you think the new Xbox is going to be called? An Xbox 2?
Or have you seen the rumours of like it's going to be like an RTX box?
An RTX box?
Yeah.
That would be good.
People are saying there's going to be RTX in the next generation of consoles.
Yeah, that's just speculation.
I think it's going to be behind, in my opinion. But that's this is the main
This is the big news. So if you don't know, Metro Exodus was a Steam pre-order. So you could pre-order Metro Exodus to play it on Steam, but they took it off the Steam store and they've moved it over to the Epic store. We've seen loads of developers now doing exclusives on the Epic store because they give a bigger cut.
Yes, but they weren't. The difference here is it wasn't originally already on the Steam store. They got sniped, I guess, by Epic Store. Because
like the Steam said, we got told about this at the last second.
Yeah.
The Metro Exodus publishers have said that they will honour anyone's pre-order on Steam, and tons of people are like panic pre-ordering it on Steam because they wanted it on Steam instead of the Epic Store, because the Epic Store doesn't have reviews, it doesn't have...
the refund policy shit.
There's no like Steam community hubs, so there's no way to get tech support. When people got Subnautica on the Epic Store for free, they were using the Steam Subnautica tech support to get help on running the game when they had issues.
Right.
Well, it always scares me when I see this, but it's just telling me it scanned it and it hasn't found anything. So
I think doesn't it turn red if there's actually a threat, like threats found?
Right. But yeah, so this is like a developing story, because when I wrote this, there was like a few things said, and then there's been more and more statements said about this, so we'll go through them. THQ have said that that the decision to publish Metro Exodus as a timed exclusive was made by Koch Cock.
No, it's definitely Cock.
It was made by Cock.
Cock Media.
Cock Media is their Metro's their intellectual property, and they're the sister company of THQ Nordic in Vienna, which is the reason that they can't comment on. So THQ Nordic said we can't comment on this because we are biased because THQ Nordic is our sister company and they are part of Cock Media, which owns the IP to Metro, and they've said it was completely Cock Media's idea to do this. It wasn't anything on THQ Nordic. So they're kind of shifting the blame without
they're just saying accurate statements.
Yeah. So we had big complaints from people saying that now that the Metro Exodus got moved to the Epic Games Store, there was huge regional pricing issues. Someone said the game cost $20 for them, and then when it got moved to the Epic Games Store, it cost $50 for them because they were living in a third world country.
Yeah.
And then, because that was one of the big issues of the Epic Games Store, is it didn't have any regional pricing. Epic Games has actually gone back now, and they've added regional pricing. They said they support now 230 countries, including Africa, the Caribbean, and Latin America.
Which pretty much all the countries.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Minus a few.
So I was like, okay, people were complaining about regional pricing. It got sniped from under Steam, this kind of shit. But they had regional pricing. And then a Metro dev called Cynet, 4A Games, he said that if the game doesn't do well, they would probably not publish it. If people want to boycott the game because they changed it from the Steam store to the Epic store.
Because people were like, we're going to boycott it because of this, because it changed suddenly.
Yeah. There was like a big post on like the games Reddit and the PC game Reddit, like everyone boycott this game if they're going to do shady stuff like this and pull it out at the last second.
Because it's like if they were like when they first announced it, like, oh, now it's a new game, we're gonna put it out on.
Because the Epic Games Store has like half the features of like Steam, and it's features that you need, like a review system, support system, cloud saves. An actual refund policy, because their refund policy is fucking awful.
Steam one's actually pretty good because even if you don't match like
Steam
the guidelines,
one has an automated refund policy. Where Epic, you have to send them an email, and that you've had trouble with Epic support, haven't you, before with Fortnite and stuff?
Email really do it. Ask it.
Oh,
need to find.
Basically, you were trying to get two-factor authentication on your Epic Games account, but they were pretty much like, send us your social security number, your passport. We need a picture of your firstborn. We'd like you to send us one of your fingers in the mail.
Didn't they legitimately want like the last 10 transactions?
When I had to take the two-factor authentication for my Battle.net account because my phone broke that had the thing on it and I didn't have a backup code saved, I had to send a picture of my passport to Blizzard in order to get them to take it off.
They've got you on their net system.
So if I ever lose it again, I'll be like, well, here's my passport, I'm coming to Blizzard HQ.
You can't call it Ben Brode anymore, but
basically this developer said, if the game doesn't do well on PC or you boycott it, fuck you. We just won't put it on PC.
Adding more fire for the boycotts.
This is expansion. So the Metro Exodus Twitter account responded basically saying that it was a passionate dev who said this statement and it doesn't reflect their plans for Metro on PC. So they said it was a kind of a rogue dev. So the member of the 4A Games development team does not reflect Deep Silver or 4A Games' view on the future of the franchise. They do reflect the hurt and disappointment of a passionate individual. A passionate individual, I think, is the PC way of putting it. You think this guy was fired?
I don't know.
I assume he probably was. It was a big controversy.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just got like no.
But they've said the PC version of their games will always be at the heart of the company. So, yeah, that's the whole Metro Exodus debacle so far, because that's like literally we got these statements from Metro devs and the official Metro game like
in the last
night.
Yeah,
so
kind of crazy.
What do you think of the thing? Do you care about them moving it from the Steam store at the last second to the Epic store?
I do care about that. They should have gone through with what they said they were going to do.
Are you interested in buying Metro Exodus anymore?
Not until it's on Steam.
Okay.
It is a timed exclusive though. That has been confirmed. So it is coming to Steam.
for the moolah.
Yeah.
So
a bit like for a year.
Steam's doing something really cool. So Steam,
Can I just say, it's funny how Steam is suddenly getting all these updates when Epic's come here.
it's competition because Steam's had no competition.
Suddenly, shit, we need to actually do stuff to Steam.
So Steam takes a big cut. They take 30% of revenue.
Yeah.
What they're doing now is they're getting dedicated servers for non-Valve games. They're going to offer every game their own dedicated servers, and they're going to offer it as part of the 30% tax on the game.
Yeah.
So rather than being like, we're going to keep taking this big cut, we're going to we're going to give you a lot of more features for giving us this cut. Because you already had the kind of features of, it was advertised on Steam, the biggest gaming platform.
It has
right?
cloud attached to it already.
Yeah, it had all of these features, and that was the big cut, right?
You can use the multiplayer connection.
People love
stuff.
Steam sales. They're always going to buy games on Steam. They want all their games in one place.
The connections, you can join a game in that game that from your friends list is really good.
So I'll just read some of the features. The replay servers will be provided by Valve free of charge for any game released on Steam. Opt in, so the price comes from the 30% tax that you pay. Developers can either proxy to their own game servers or use Valve-provided dedicated ones. At the moment, it's only for Valve-approved developers. It's in beta at the moment. Servers are hidden from the outside world, so players can no longer know their IPs and correct directly. They're going to offer free of charge DDoS protection included as well. All connections will be routed through Valve's backbone, which provides lower ping and higher speeds throughout. They'll have platform-independent account identity support, so similar to Xbox Live, Steam, PSN.
Yeah.
So that'll be useful for cross-platform play, that sort of stuff. Saving your accounts over multiple systems, that sort of stuff.
You can
it's beta only at the moment though, so developers should not use this if in the production environment until all the functionality is shipped. So this is pretty cool. You're going to have Valve anti-cheat on unofficial
That's
Valve
pretty crazy,
games,
actually.
which is kind of crazy.
Even that, I think they still might have to decrease their percentage they're taking. But this is a good step.
Yeah, I think adding Valve anti-cheat to their games, they're saying is, we know Epic owns Easy Anti-Cheat, the biggest one on Steam, so they now want to push Valve Anti-Cheat onto all their other games to kind of stop, Epic taking over the entire anti-cheat market.
Both the anti-cheat systems are really good, so there's competition in both sectors now, I guess.
I thought this was kind of like Steam's clapping back at
pretty quickly actually
at the Epic Store. There's been a lot of controversy. It's kind of like this whole section we're talking about. It's kind of like it's the Epic Store versus Steam, and the Epic Store's doing some questionable things, but they're very popular, so they're forcing Steam to become better. This is why you don't want a monopoly like what Steam was, because this two rival companies are going to create better and better systems as time goes on.
It's like if there's only iTunes and no Spotify. Like one wouldn't try and force the other one to do better.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the final topic of this. Maybe I didn't put it down. Okay. Basically, there's going to be a Steam Lunar New Year sale. That will start. It's been leaked to start at February 4th to 11th. They seem to be making more and more sales recently.
Yeah, like intermittent sales.
So a leaked image from the Steam partner site shows the dates and sales details. So if you look here. So they just have Steam partners and they go, well, we're going to have a sale then. And this is when you might want to put your games on sale. So we can pretty much... All the leaks of when the Steam sales are happening are pretty reliable, I've found in the past.
And consistent.
People always leak shit on this. They always leak shit on the Steam database, or the Steam partner figures this out.
Do you think someone always forgets? Oh shit! Yeah, if you can actually look at the Steam database.
Well, we saw fucking Catherine HD. They advertised Catherine on the Steam database.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about Resident Evil now. Resident Evil 2 has already sold 3 million copies. I think it's one of the biggest is Capcom's second best-selling Steam game ever.
Yeah.
Overnight, the horror title shot to concurrent player count of more than 55,000. But people really fucking love Resident Evil 2. And from what I played of the demo, it's really good. So I thought that was really cool. The Resident Evil 2 remake is getting 3 free DLC stories starting in February, so that's really cool. 3 more survivors face the zombie horde. If you don't know, you can play through the stories either Leon or I don't remember the girl's name. Is it?
I think so.
Okay, so you can either play through either of their stories, and I think there's like an A and a B story.
Yeah.
So they have slightly different stories, but it kind of revolves around the same police station, the Raccoon City PD.
Well, they're interconnected.
Have you played Resident Evil 2, Wave?
I played the original.
You played 1. Okay. Did you try the demo?
No, I did not.
Okay, it's pretty good.
I think it would be.
Oh, Claire, yes, you are correct.
Also, what was going on when they said that one of the characters was going to be a concrete block? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
You're going to go to the toilet.
Yeah, I'm gonna DDoS myself.
Wave, take over.
Yeah,
We'll carry on with Wave. You can talk about Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you ever played Resident Evil 3?
I've played Resident Evil 3. I've got to say my favourite is 4, though, still, after all this time. It's still an amazing game.
So basically, the Capcom producer said that the potential of a Resident Evil remake, if fans want it, they want to remake Resident Evil 3 similar to Resident Evil 2. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Well, for the longest time, I'd felt they'd been stagnant for a while until it culminated with whatever 6 was.
Yeah, 6 was like so weird. And then 7 came out of nowhere, and I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
Amazing.
It was really good.
It was a really good change-up. And I think they should try.
You corrected us because we said Resident Evil 5 had the Tetris ammo systems, the backpack system, right? But that was number 4, right?
Yeah, that was Sony 4. I preferred that system to the one they put in 5, where you could just have 9 slots basically and put whatever you like in them. But 5 was good. I would like to see more of this new style Resident Evil.
Well, I think maybe the Resident Evil 3 remake will be remade in the style of Resident Evil 2, where they take the gameplay from Resident Evil 4 and kind of update and bring it into the story of this.
Yeah, I've watched videos on the new Resident Evil 2 remake, and it looks much better because the tank controls and the fixed camera positions were probably the worst part of it.
Because you can still play Resident Evil 1 HD with the tank controls and the CCTV.
There is something to be said about that adding to the horror, I guess, because you're struggling to control the characters and everything you do is a bit more
feel
frantic.
Like lack of control, it's very scary because a lot of horror games won't give you a gun because if you don't have a gun, you don't feel powerful, so it's a lot scarier. Like Outlast or Slenderman or something like that, right? You're just walking around with a camera or like a flashlight that keeps going off, and adds to the horror. But then Resident Evil 7 came out and it was still pretty scary, but you had a gun.
You had a gun despite it not doing much.
Yeah.
But
I felt like in Resident Evil 2 on the Biohazard remake, I kept running out of bullets a lot, and that was quite scary. So I had to walk around zombies a lot. They're more of like a hazard you have to try and avoid more than being able to just shoot and kill everyone, more like a Resident Evil 5 or something.
Oh, it's part of the survival. It's been strong in Resident Evil games, saving your ammo, saving your ink ribbons. You're on a harder difficulty.
Because like Resident Evil 5 was like massive hordes, you can take them all out pretty much, right?
Yeah, it went pretty wacky. You weren't really pressed for ammo, and New Game Plus was just a cakewalk.
So we've got a final piece of Resident Evil news. Denuvo is getting removed from Resident Evil 7, which is pretty cool. If you don't know, Denuvo is an anti-piracy technology, and it's just come out now. It's been in Resident Evil 7 for 2 years. I don't know how Denuvo works, but based on this information, I'm guessing they have like a 2-year contract to try and stop piracy at the beginning. Then after 2 years, they stop paying for the live services of people having to connect to Denuvo to try and get in, and then they take it out, right? You're right, Tony.
I'll give you your seat back.
Just talking about them removing Denuvo for Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Because it was really annoying for people who played the game because basically it was like DRM, so you'd have to always be online when you logged in to play a single-player game because you would have to go through Denuvo servers for the anti-piracy checks. But Resident Evil 7 was cracked within days from release anyway.
Yeah.
So my question is,
I
why
think
do
it
we
was a
need
week.
de novo in our games? Because it's just punishing people who are buying the game.
Make a suggestion to publishers. Maybe this isn't possible because the Novo's business model might force you to be subscriptions for like a year.
Yeah, like a contract.
Just make it available for like the first week, then get rid of it.
Yeah, but I feel like
It's still annoying, but it's far better.
But I feel like de novo definitely will only do like year contracts.
Yeah, I understand.
Because they want to make sure they get enough money. Like, no one's going to sell themselves short and go, well, you only kind of need this for a week. We'll give it to you a week for
Alternatively, you could just not install it in
True.
the first place. That would be my second. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You want to talk about Fallout 76?
I can't wait. I've been waiting for this all week.
Oh, so Fallout 76. Twitter has reacted to the $276 Fallout 76 jacket with a bunch of bag jokes. How are they charging $276 for this?
It looks shit.
Look at that. Absolutely beautiful.
Amazing.
And people already joking about it on Twitter, saying it looks like a blue bag. People have got a blue plastic bag. Lots of people calling this out. My favourite was someone who made a jacket out of IKEA.
Yeah, it looks just
bags.
as
So that was pretty good.
good. Could they not have made it look like the texture like in game?
Bethesda and fucking up merch. Name a more iconic duo.
Yeah. Well, Bethesda and Bugs.
Yeah, Bethesda and fucking everything up.
Oh, dear.
So we saw people were reportedly banned because they were crafting things too fast in Fallout 76.
I didn't see this one, but yeah, what? Oh god.
So he
Why?
said, the only thing I crafted in weeks was somewhere between 10 and 10 gamma guns. Used super duper and crafted about 10. To scrap for mods. They create gamma rounds to use it. I am not a duper. None of my characters are even over the weight limit. And then he gets banned. So apparently Fallout 76 is just super broken at this point, and random people are getting banned who are actually trying to play the game.
So probably there might be like a quote-unquote exploit just because they've got like a bug game.
So Bethesda's like, okay, we can fix the game. They introduce a patch that reintroduces several bugs that they got rid of. They've got the tagline from PC Gamer, war never changes. I think that's a great tagline for this.
It's so stupid. It just never stops. Like, it's been 2 weeks since we last talked about it, and this is all the things that happened. Since the middle of January, this has happened. How?
And finally, this is a rumour coming up, but I think they need to do this at this point.
It's a rumour we want to say that it should
Fallout
happen.
76 could go free to play soon as copies have been pulled from shelves. So
I think they're just moving physical copies, to be honest, but sure.
I pretty much I'll say what I always say about these types of situations. It was always a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
They were just charging money for it.
Yeah. I'll say this though, it shouldn't even be a free-to-play game. You have to pay me to get it.
You'd have to... It's Duke Nukem Forever territory.
Yeah. If you paid me to play it, maybe. But other than that, I'm not even interested.
Okay, what's this? A new challenger approaches. We got our last surprise bit of news. We got a new trailer for Sonic Team Racing in Japanese for some reason.
I mean, there's no talking in it, so...
No.
And it's in
But
English.
all the words are in English.
Yeah, I don't understand.
So maybe it was released to this first because Japan's the furthest along on the
well, they're ahead
time
in
zone.
Yeah. The sun rises early for them.
Got some banging music that I'm scared is going to get me copy striked.
This is a Sonic Team original song.
Yeah, it's probably the guy who does Sonic Heroes.
I hope so.
It's got that rock vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
One thing I saw people saying was they were scared that it would get boring racing around the same track because when you had transformed, the map was constantly evolving. Like at one point you could be in the water, one point you could be flying.
Yeah.
People are scared that because this got delayed. It was supposed to come out, I think maybe end of 2018, early 2019, but it got delayed because they said they weren't happy with it. And also, Sonic All-Star Racing Transform was really cool because they had tons of different characters, right? But now you're just limited to just the few Sonic characters.
It's not even like Sega's like I can add stuff to it. It's
another video.
It's
well, we're gonna have
you
to
got the whole
watch that.
playlist.
I got the whole playlist. Oh, this is actual gameplay, is it? No.
I think technically that was gameplay, but like edited.
Edited with kanji over it, or is that Japanese? Is kanji Korean?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, this looks banging. This was 2 days ago.
So I will say like Sonic All-Star Transform did remove the problem of like why we want to do more than like a couple of laps, whereas like it was completely different every time, which was cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of racing games have that problem. Like Mario Kart, especially, I feel like has the why do I want to keep doing these number of laps?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. I can understand
there was
the worry.
one map where if you drove a certain way, it would change what section you had. It was called like Sega City or something like that, and it was like a retro. It was a super hard map, and then if you drove to like one direction, it would turn into a boat section.
Yeah.
And if the leader drove into another section, it would turn to a flying section.
Yeah. Also, it means that when you do like a backwards map, it can actually be different because of the different movement types.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes like for the plane stuff, like sometimes it's like a sheer drop into like a boat or something if you're going reverse opposed to going forwards. Where it's like you go upwards.
We got a Pitymology tweet this week to end off
final,
the show. Yeah.
The most important time.
So if you haven't seen, Gordon Ramsay made like a weird post where he was like, he showed himself and then he had like a cat behind him as a shadow. And everyone was like, Gordon Ramsay's coming out as a furry. That was like what everybody thought. And then Peter Molyneux's put our IDs to rest and he said, people in my mentions have already guessed. And yes, my good friend Gordon Ramsay will soon be announcing my latest game. All I'll say for now is it involves transmorphing animal shadows. So, put the idea to rest. It definitely wasn't for his new Lucky Cat restaurant.
Will it be called Shadows Transmorphers?
Yeah. And it will feature Shadow the Hedgehog from Team Sonic Racing. The crossover we always wanted.
Yes. I'm looking
Peter Molyneux to make a Sonic racing game.
I can't even... Well, he suggested that you drive the track instead of the cars. So
yeah.
He's on point. He's on point.
That's the end. So you can check us out and everything in between podcast on YouTube, twitch.tv/Scorn to watch it live, and at Scorn2000 on Twitter to get updates. I'll post VODs and live streams when we're going live. That's the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.